Uh, but yeah, for me, it's very much the environment, the people, the production. It's hard to explain to someone who hasn't been there just how immersive the entire event is.
Hey, neighbors. Welcome to the Music Festivals podcast. This is the show that helps you get to know music festivals, festival venues, and campgrounds before you go. I'm your host, Neighbor Nate, and I'm glad you're in the neighborhood.
All right, neighbors, we are bringing back music festival news to the Music Festivals podcast, which has been a long time coming, and I'm not doing it, which is the greatest thing. So I'd like to introduce you to Jeff Mojolowski. Jeff is from Ohio. Thanks for joining me, Jeff.
No, thanks for having me. I'm glad to be a part of this all.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So it sounds like from our early conversations, one of your primary festivals you've been to is one that I've always wanted to go to, and that's Electric Forest up in Michigan, the former Roethberry, if you will, before it changed in them. How'd you get into that? How'd you get into that whole scene?
Roethberry. Roethberry 2008 was kind of my first real camping festival. I had done one or two things up at Nelson's Ledges. Nelson's Ledges is local to me, but I had never done something like to that scope or size. So I went on a whim. I had an opportunity to go, and a big Primus fan, Dave Matthews was there. A bunch of bands. Yonder. I mean, looking back, you look at the lineup, and it's like, man, there's all these bands that I didn't even know about at the time. But yeah, so I went to that one, and it was just a mind-blowing experience. It's like nothing I'd ever seen before. And that place really became home to me really quickly. I've been every year except for one. So I hit both Rothberries, and I hit every Electric Forest so far except for 2014 that I couldn't make.
That's cool. That's cool. So what is it about that particular festival? I mean, I know that the lighting is supposedly supposed to be like Barton on the top, but what else is it about the festival that gets you there every year?
It's I've never seen anything produced like this, and I'm not an EDM festival type of guy. So I will say, for me personally, the lineup, I'm not primarily there for the lineup. I'm a huge string cheese fan, so the fact that they're doing 2 nights is always, that's a draw for me, and they always really bring it to that festival. That's a big festival, and there's always a handful of bands that are really interesting. Dogs in a Pile is going to be there this year. I'm sitting here looking at the lineup because there's a handful of folks that were pretty good. Shaq's going to be there doing his DJ Diesel thing. That's always a fun time. But yeah, for me, it's very much the environment, the people, the production. It's hard to explain to someone who hasn't been there just how immersive the entire event is. Because you have, I don't know, 10 stages, 11 stages. That's not an exact, I mean, throughout the venue, 10 or 11 stages. On top of that, in the middle of the venue, you've got the Sherwood Forest experience. To tell you a little bit about this place, this forest was planted by this guy named Wally and some of his friends, like after World War II. Wally just passed away a couple of years ago. He always came. I actually got a chance to meet him. This was planted after World War II. It was originally meant to be like a tree farm, and it never got harvested. So it's just this awesome, rows and rows of trees in the middle of this festival grounds. They've got art installations, the lighting, everything that's a part of that. You walk through that in the middle of the night on the Saturday of a 4-day festival, man. It's completely mind-blowing and immersive. On top of that, like I said, it's hard to explain exactly what they've got going on, and it changes every year. The past couple of years, they've had this thing called the Dream Emporium. This is this giant building, like, again, in the middle of the festival, and you just go into it, and they've got these weird rooms. They got you can go watch pro wrestling. They've got a wrestling ring. They've got a scavenger hunt that goes on. They've got bars and dance clubs in this place, and all this kind of really trippy, weird performance art stuff going on. All these folks really kind of in character, hundreds of people, really in character, kind of giving you tasks to do, things to experience. It's really a dream as far as looking to find a place to just immerse yourself into a very otherworldly type of place.
So it sounds amazing from an experience standpoint. When you get a festival, it also sounds very, very big. How are the logistics? How are the camping? Like if you're going for your first time this year, what should you plan for? What do you need to know?
First off, if you have the means to do some sort of VIP level, and there's a lot of different options that aren't necessarily that much more expensive than the general admission, I recommend that because the GA camping is tight. It's a lot of people in a small amount of space. And so, it's field camping. You pull your car in and you've got your, I can't remember the exact size of your lot. I got my cat here you can say hi to.
Okay.
So, but you're really, you're really in there with a bunch of other people. The GA campground's huge. It's, I don't camp there anymore. I'm lucky enough to have friends in the area and I stay with them. But the GA campground, you can be walking 35 minutes to get, depending where you are, to get from your site to into the venue. And you do want to try to get in there early just because the lines can back up sometimes. They've done a lot of work in recent years to speed up that process, but it can take a minute to get in. So where the first order of business is wear the most comfortable shoes you've got, because you're going to be doing a lot of walking no matter what you end up doing. But the experience really is you could spend 16 hours a day in the venue and always have something new to do. So you really, for me, I plan my weekend out to really be, I'm going to go with the flow. I'm going to see what's interesting at any given time. There's a handful of artists, that I know I want to see and I know I want to make happen. And so, especially if you like that EDM stuff, and obviously there's a ton of ragers that come to this festival. It's a huge draw. Plan out your time, know where you want to be, know that, hey, if I want to get from this stage to this stage, it might take me 10 or 15 minutes. So you want to plan accordingly. Plus, you might get distracted and you'll wander around and see a troop of people dressed in costumes walking on stilts through the forest, and you might want to stop and see that. But you definitely want to plan it in advance. Oh, you're easily distracted. So you want to kind of go in. You don't want to be like planning yourself down to a minute. It's not a cheap festival. The tickets definitely cost a little bit. I say that it's worth the money for the experience you get. Again, just given the amount of production that goes into the event. And you want to be prepared. Hey, you're going to be spending money on your food. You're going to be spending on your money on your drinks if you're drinking. So you got to be prepared for that. But there's a lot of
BYOB? So is there BYO in the campground, or is it all
BYOB in the campground? Yeah, you can bring whatever you want in the campground. I shouldn't say whatever you want. There's limits to it, but it's you bring as much as you need in the campground. But yeah, in the venue, they're selling beers and cocktails and that sort of thing. It's Michigan, so it's a cannabis-friendly state, which is nice. Obviously that's all around as well.
Okay, that sounds like a lot of fun. And so when do you typically head up? Are you an early birder, or do you get up day of?
I will generally get up either the night before or the day of, because I'm not camping. The campground's open. I think you can buy passes to get there. Well, they'll let you in at midnight or midnight on Tuesday morning, like 12:01 a.m. Tuesday morning. You can get in if you've got the early arrival pass. I tend to get up there. I'll either get up there Wednesday evening or I'll just go up Thursday morning because I'm only about 5 hours away. And I don't need to be in the venue until about 2 or 3 on Thursday. So it's really a matter of get up there, get myself settled at my buddy's house, grab a bite to eat, and then we head in.
Yeah, that's cool. Who are you most looking forward to seeing this year?
String cheese incident. Again, that's always a big one for me. I got the lineup in front of me. Spungel's doing a really great thing. I've seen Spungel a couple of times. Always a really great kind of production with what he does. So I'm really excited to see that. Dogs in a Pile. I've never seen Dogs in a Pile before. And I know that they are really getting Yeah, they're fantastic. They're getting a lot of a big push right now. They're really up and coming, so I really like seeing the fact that they're going to be there. Oh man, there's a couple others. Passion Pit is a lot of fun, tons of energy in that show. I would recommend anyone going. If you have the opportunity to check out Passion Pit, do that. And then there's Daniel Donato's Cosmic Country. That's
Yeah, I was
another
going
one.
to say
I've never seen
Cosmic
Daniel
Country was
Donato
there this
before.
year.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
And
that's a
Iggy.
great show,
Every
and I
year.
have yeah.
Every year they do just kind of a handful of those jam bands, that type of environment. So for folks like myself, who I'm not going there to see Excision, nothing against Excision, it's just not the world I live in. They've got enough stuff going on for me that it's like, I can go see Dogs in a Pile. I can go see Iggy. I can go see Cosmic Country. I got 2 nights of String Cheese, and I got all this other stuff going on. Like, why would I miss that? And I'll tell you what, I am probably twice the age of the average Electric Forest attendee. I'm 46 years old. This is the festival made for the 20 crowd. These kids, man, are so much fun to hang out with. The costumes, all the props that they're bringing, the lights, the signs, what the crowd brings to the event complements what the event's doing so well. So even though it's not necessarily my scene, it's a very welcoming environment, and it's like, I hang out with people, talk to people, get to know some of these kids, and it's like, like when I was a 20-something-year-old hippie, these 20-something-year-old ragers, they're just trying to have fun and kind of create their own community that's unique to what they're doing. Got a lot of support for that.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, this is Electric Forest happening June 25th through the 28th in 2026, and that's up in Michigan, Roethberry, Michigan, correct? Right?
That's it. Yeah,
up in Roethberry. The name of the town is actually Roethberry. Yeah. And this is going to be. I've heard lots about it. It's on my list for sure. I appreciate you very much giving us the heads up on it. And by all means, have a good time and bring us back some great stories, because it sounds like it's going to be a hell of a good time.
No, I can't wait to talk about it, man. Next time, some other time, we can go through stories from previous years' experiences and that. But it is always.
Okay. All right, neighbors, we are back with more music festival news for this week. Jeff is back, and we are talking about an Ohio festival that is near and dear to a lot of hearts, and that is Grassfire up at Nelson Ledges Quarry Park. Jeff, you live not too far from there, correct?
I'm about 40 minutes from the Quarry Park, and so I've been going up there since my early 20s. Really, just a beautiful, beautiful place to see a festival. Great people all around. A lot of locals and a lot of people that really consider that place home. Yeah.
There's a lot of lore around Nelson Ledges. It goes back as a venue quite a ways. I've heard stories from people of the stuff that went down in the 70s and 80s that is not appropriate for YouTube. But what is your favorite thing about Nelson Ledges Quarry Park? Like just the area, just the park itself?
I mean, there's a handful of things. One is that all the camping, it's forest camping. You're camping in the woods, and it's not like a festival where you get a 12 by 12 or 15 by 15 plot of land. You have a real spot where you got a fire ring, so you can have a fire. You can set up a grill. You can do kind of real camping things. You don't feel like you're on top of each other there. On top of that, it's called Nelson Ledges Quarry Park because the highlight of the venue is a spring-fed quarry, and I mean, it's basically this giant lake right next to the stage. So during the middle of the day, half the crowd is hanging out in the quarry, swimming, floating, having a good time, and you can still hear the music. You're still listening to the music, both from the main stage and the side stage, just chilling in the quarry. It's such a unique experience.
Yeah, the stage is right on the beach, which I've always thought is fun. And then Shakedown Street is also on the beach and right next to the stage.
Yeah.
One of the things I've always loved
Yeah.
about Nelson is you have permanent seasonal vendors there that go back year after year. So they're very established and they've got great stuff. We have one, KK, shout out to KK,
Yep.
who's been wintering down here with us in Florida. But he's been a vendor up there for years. And the food is also established. It's Althea's, correct? Althea's is one of the primary places up there.
Althea's is there. You're going to get a pretty solid grilled cheese that you can customize. Everybody likes a shakedown street grilled cheese. Disco Pizza's usually there, so you get a really good couple slices of pizza. Really good coffee vendor. I cannot remember their name off the top of my head, but really good coffee. Yeah, really good coffee vendor. And then what is it? Flanagan's or something like that. I always mess it up, but they got your breakfast foods. You get a bacon, egg and cheese biscuit or something like that. Yeah, there's not tons of options. It's not like a festival that's got 30 food options and a half-mile shakedown street with people, but it's got a lot of stuff that's unique, and most of it's local. You don't get a lot of folks coming in just for the event. So when you're supporting the vendors and the food folks there, you really are supporting folks who live in the area, who care about the Quarry Park, and make that a home for themselves.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting place. I know that we've been talking with some folks. There's been a lot of money invested into dumping stations and really upping for RVs. Again, it's an amazing venue to tent camp at, but they do also have RV camping there as well. And I guess the game has gotten a little bit better on that with more places to dump. So you were at Grassfire last year. Tell me a little bit about what that was like for the 4th of July fireworks display.
This was, and I'm not joking, I'm not exaggerating when I say this may have been the best fireworks display I've ever seen. They go, this place likes blowing stuff up, and they got the people who know how to do it well. So they really do all out. They've got in the middle of the Quarry Park, there's an island, or in the Quarry. So they set off the fireworks from the island for safety. It's very well removed from everybody. But that also means that they can really do some pretty intense fireworks. It was a really amazing display. I'm not going to say what the finale was because it was something I had never seen done in a fireworks display before. But I'm hoping that they do something like that again this year. It was a real holy shit moment. The end of the display last year, they really went all out. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they also had laser lights on the island as well that were hitting the water, which was its own effect. Like, that was really neat. I really can't say enough about Nelson Ledges Quarry Park. One of the things I love about it, I love and hate about it at the same time, is that when you walk in the campground, in particular at night, it's really easy to get lost. And sometimes that's a lot of fun. Yeah. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes when you're tired and you want to go to bed, but it is the perfect magical forest to walk around, and then all of a sudden you'll walk along and there's a whole camp that has a DJ playing and a little after party going on, and it's all organic.
Oh, just really wait to see the Whisky Drinks have plans for our camp this year. Folks are going to want to check that out. But you're absolutely right. The campground goes back quite a long way. There's different branches. It's very important when you get there in the light that you figure out where you are. You figure out what road you're on. I've actually got a little long-term veteran tip here. If you've got an AirPod or one of those tiles or something like that, leave it in your car, and then that can actually help you navigate back to where you are. Because I have seen people just wandering around having no idea what they're doing. Because the other thing is, there's no permanent lighting there. It very much is an independently owned. This is not owned by a corporation. Corporations don't do the ticketing. They don't do. One guy handles most of this. It's all independent. So everything is, it doesn't have massive lighting structures. It doesn't have some of the stuff that you see in other festival venues, because it's a campground, I don't want to say first and foremost, but it very much is a campground. You can go there on an off weekend and camp and spend the weekend. So it is developed in that way. It's developed as a campground that happens to have this awesome stage and brings in these really, really great shows. And it's been doing it for 50 years at this point.
Yeah. And so you've been playing there. You're a member of the Whisky Drinks. Talk a little bit about the band and your experience playing on the stage as a band at Nelson Ledges.
It's really gratifying, and I'm very, very humbled every time. And I've played the Ledges a good handful of times now with the Whisky Drinks and with my previous band. It's always a great experience. I always feel very fortunate to be able to do that. The crowd's always good. Sometimes it's a little rough, if we're playing at 2 p.m, well, folks are just getting up still and they're out in the quarry, but people are listening because they can hear you from the campground. They can hear you while they're swimming. But we are not a traditional bluegrass band, and the Grassfire crowd, we've played, this will be our 4th year this year playing Grassfire. So it'll be 4 out of the 5 Grassfires we've played. The festival's been so welcoming. The people have been so welcoming to a band that's a little more on the Americana roots side than the bluegrass side. And we've made so many friends with other artists, both local and national. We know that we've got folks there who are looking forward to us now. And it's always just great to play there. We know the people who are kind of running the scene, who are running the show. They're always very accommodating and just really, really great people who their primary goal is to put on a show for everybody. They want to make sure everybody who bought a ticket gets their money's worth.
And when they say money's worth, like I'm looking at the lineup, and I can't imagine what Evan put into hiring all these bands. I mean, we've got some, big time heavy hitters, McCurry's, Michael Cleveland, Del McCurry Band, String Dusters, Molly Tuttle's coming back. I believe, am I looking at the right year? Is Molly Tuttle coming back? I don't think she's coming back.
No, you might be looking at last year.
I'm looking at last year.
Yeah. It's Green Sky. Dell's been
Green
every
Sky
year.
Is 2 cents, yeah.
Green Sky's been the past 3 years, but we got the String Dusters, Sam Bush, Peter Rowan. I mean, you want to see a couple legends, man. You got Peter Rowan and Sam Bush on the same bill. Yonder, Keller and the Keels. It's been a few years since I've gotten to see Keller with the Keels. Steve Canyon Rangers, Michael Cleveland. If you don't know David Mayfield Parade, don't sleep on those guys.
Indeed, they are really good. All of them are very good. Yeah.
And how much fun are they? They are. David Mayfield is a showman. His band are like that. They are so much fun in what they put together. But even beyond that, looking at the locals that are playing, there's a lot of our friends. Like I said, we're very fortunate to have played there the past few years. Hunter Skeens and the Forerunners don't miss them. Hunter Skeens, this kid, it boggles my mind. This kid picked up guitar not that long ago. He's in his mid-20s, and he shreds. Great songwriter, really, really great guitar player. Again, kind of more on the Americana roots side of things, similar to the Whisky Drinks. Just a guy who shreds. Leah Maher and the River Boys. I love Leah's songwriting. I love her voice. I think she's a great singer. She's got a great band around her. They're worth checking out. Jenny and the Streetwalkers are from Columbus. They're good friends of ours. And we've played a couple of shows with them. And again, they put on a show. They've got a lot of fun things going on, and everybody in the band's got a little hand in that. It's fun to see. And then Chloe and the Steel Strings, great band. Hunter Root and the Frontliners, I don't know those two quite as well. But even the locals, man, this is one of those events that you can park yourself in front of the stage or park yourself in the quarry, and all weekend you're going to be getting great music coming from the stages. It's really fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a great way to spend a holiday weekend. Again, Grassfire is over the 4th of July. So if you do not have plans for that, go check it out. And if you do have plans for that, still go check it out. Cancel your other plans because it's going to be really, really good. But yeah, appreciate you joining us and hope to see you at Grassfire this year. You're going to be making the trip?
Oh, well, we're playing, so I'm definitely making the trip. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I'm going to be there. No worries, man. I'm going to be there all weekend. And like I said, the Whiskey Drinks are going to have a fun little setup. We've got some late night surprises for folks that I think y'all are gonna enjoy.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Well, I appreciate you bringing the news, man, and we will look forward to seeing you this summer up at Grassfire and watching the Whiskey Drinks on stage and enjoying time on the beach. It's going to be great.
Sounds good, man.